Oh, yes. It's finally here. It is time. Yes, your boy is finally doing it. A Boadicea the Victorious Top 10. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Rome Leggett back again with another video. Yes, we back again. And yes, we are doing it. I'm putting out my top 10 Boadicea the Victorious fragrances, my favorite fragrances from the house. And I know this video is long overdue. I know I should have been dropped a video. I've been collecting Boadicea the Victorious fragrances since, I don't even know, maybe 2009, 10, something like that, right? You know I'm a big fan of the house. You know that I love fragrances. Obviously, you can see right here, I collect a lot of the fragrances. With that said, I think it's only right that I hook you up with my favorite fragrances from the house. Now, this is a disclaimer. I'm only talking about the fragrances that I have in my collection. I'm only talking about the fragrances that I think are still available, because for some reason Boadicea is doing a whole revamp of their fragrance line. You can only get some of the fragrances on the website. Harrods has some of the fragrances there. I don't know what's going on, but what I have here should still be available on the website. And I think this might be a good video for some of you guys that, you know, haven't jumped into the Boadicea the Victorious, you know, fragrances yet. And I don't know why you haven't. You know, I've been talking about this for a minute, so I'm gonna hook y'all up. Okay? Before we jump into that, I haven't made the clip to put in, so I won't have to keep repeating this, but I'm gonna say it over. For those who just joined, this is He Smells Like Rome. Welcome. We talk about niche fragrances here. We talk about luxury fragrances, hard to find fragrances, and fragrances that aren't super hyped. So, if that's the type of content you're looking for, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Like, comment, share the video with your friends, hit the bell icon so all of my videos will show up once, you know, I upload them. And make sure you hit that bell icon version, because they're kind of doing a little trickery now. You gotta hit the one that says all videos, or, you know, all uploads or something like that, so you won't miss any of the content. Because I get people saying, Rome, I didn't even know you shot a video. But if you hit that one, it'll come through, okay? All right, got that out of the way. Let's get down to these top 10 Boadicea fragrances I got for you guys. Sit back, relax, get some popcorn. It's about to go down. All right, I got two honorable mentions I had to put in this list, and I'll tell you the reason why they're not in the top 10. You probably will agree and understand why they are not in my top 10. All right, so the first fragrance up is a new fragrance that I collected. I got this a year and a half ago, and this fragrance is Harmonious. Now, Harmonious is a great fragrance. I do enjoy it. I do love it. It is fantastic. It has a tonka bean note that is wonderful, sweet, warm, slightly resinous, and it has a boozy note with kind of a rum, bourbon kind of mix with this fragrance. But this fragrance is very similar to DR Homme. Now, that doesn't mean it isn't fantastic. It doesn't mean that it didn't do its little spin on it to make it its own fragrance, its own unique fragrance. It did. I think the booziness is a little bit more prominent in this fragrance, and this is a compliment getter. So that's why I wanted to do an honorable mention with this fragrance, Harmonious. The next fragrance is, honestly, if this was in my fragrance top 10, this would probably be number 1, but I didn't want to put this one in there because it would be unfair. This is Ethereal. Now, Ethereal is my treasure. This is the ultimate Boadicea fragrance, but it is absolutely discontinued. You can't buy this, you can't find it. It's like $600 a bottle, but this fragrance is gorgeous. It complements the note of ambergris like no other. This is so gorgeous. One of the most underrated unicorns in the fragrance game. If you like a sea salt kind of sweet oceanic vibe with the amber dry down, this is one of the best that's ever done it. Once again, you can't find it though. I apologize. It's not my fault. Just letting you guys know. You keep hitting Boadicea up with emails saying, hey, I want ethereal, Maybe they'll bring it back. But these two right here are my honorable mentions. All right, let's get down to business. I'm gonna show y'all the top 10. All right, so before I do the top 10, there's a little spin on this one. All right, there's a little spin. You want me to tell y'all what it is? It's better I show you. All right, come on, follow me. All right, guys, so I told you I wanted to show you something different. I know y'all didn't expect this, but I wanted to do something a little different for you guys, and I'm outside. So we're gonna talk about the top 10 fragrances from Boadicea Victorious, starting off with number 10. All right, so the one I got in my hand right now, you guys see me talk about this, was in my last review. This is Vetiver Imperial. Now, this fragrance right here, this is my summer fragrance, one of my best fragrances. This is a margarita in a bottle. If you're looking for a citrus-based fragrance that has a little bit of a boozy effect with a peppery kind of vibe, surrounded by this beautiful effervescent vetiver, and it has this green effect. So if you want earthy, you want citrusy, and you want something that smells exactly like, to me, a margarita with hints of vetiver, this one right here, guys, y'all gotta get this one. That's why it's number 10 in my Boadicea Victorious top 10 video. Let's go ahead and check out number 9. All right, guys, so I wanted to tell you guys about this fragrance right here. This is one of my favorite fragrances in my collection, obviously, but it's unique because this fragrance was a Russian exclusive for a really long time. And for me, I kind of cherish this fragrance because it has an accord in here that's not listed, and it's this green apple note. This fragrance smells to me like a combination between an airiness, a woody fragrance, and a Granny Smith apple. So if you can imagine something airy, slightly dry in the opening, but quickly turns into a mouth-watering, juicy green apple with a slightly tart surrounding, or I could say a slightly tart circumference. But it dries down to a beautiful floral rose, amber, cedarwood, and sandalwood note that is unmatched. And that's why, this is, I'm telling you, this is a fragrance you have to try. Not only because it's really exclusive, but it is a great fragrance, and that's why it's at number 9 in the Boadicea Victorious top 10 list. Let's go check out number 8. Alright, so the next fragrance up, this one right here. This is one of the best, spiciest fragrances in the game. For me, I love spice, and this one takes it to another level. This is Rebellious, and Rebellious has a beautiful combination of saffron that is the prominent note in this fragrance. But if you can imagine a Caribbean spice mixed with an Indian spice, so you have a more softer, sweeter spice combined with a spicier, heavier spice, and they blend beautifully. But it also has a soft touch of like a powdery sweetness. This is fantastic, guys. This is something that I urge everyone to try because it is one of the best fragrances you'll ever get, especially if you're looking for a date night fragrance. You gotta grab this one. Rebellious from Boadicea Victorious. Let's go check out number 7. All right, so number 7, this one is one of my all-time favorites. This fragrance right here started my journey in Boadicea Victorious, and it's been a love for over 10 years, and I'm more in love with it now than I was back when I first got this fragrance. And that fragrance I'm talking about is Boadicea Victorious Intense. Now, to me, this is one of the best compositions when it comes to something
that smells like honey. If you're looking for one of the most raw, one of the most sweetest, and I would say authentic honey-based fragrances, this is it right here. There's one other fragrance that is fantastic. Back to Black is one of the best fragrances that ever did honey. But to me, this is just as good, if not even better. I will grab this anytime I'm going out, especially if I'm going out to dinner, especially if I'm dressing up. This is one that will impress anyone and definitely will cause conversation. So that's why it's at number 7. Boadicea Victorious Intense, a beautiful honey, floral, citrus-based fragrance that is unmatched when it comes to a seductive honey note. Go check it out. Let's go check out the next one.
All right, we're getting serious now. We're down to number 6, guys. And to me, this could easily be number 1. You guys know this as one of my kids' fragrances that I wear on their birthday, and it means a lot to me because I wear it maybe once a year prior to their birthday or around their birthday. But this is a special fragrance because, one, this is the most expensive fragrance I purchased in my journey with Boadicea, and it's my first real splurge. And that fragrance is none other than Namur. Now, Namur, this fragrance blew my mind. When I first bought this, right, I got 4 samples. And I literally used to sleep with the sample stripped by my nose because it was so pleasant. It was gorgeous. This was like, I can picture a female with the aroma of how it just kind of passed my nose. That's how sexy this fragrance was, or is. It still is. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. So we got 3 different types of oud notes in this. I know it's Indian oud, there's the Asian oud, and I know it's a combination of a Eastern Indian oud, something like tiger oud or something like that, which is outstanding, right? Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, and I think another rose is off the top of my head, I can't remember. So obviously this is a oud and rose fragrance which is just, it knocks me off my feet how gorgeous this is. And it's not one of those fragrances where you're like, oh, this is overly oudy and it stink, or it's just so feminine that I can't wear it as a man. No, this is perfectly blended. I have tons of oud rose combination fragrances, and this still is the best one. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have this fragrance in your collection, grab it. And a lot of fragrances like the Sapphire collection have this, but this was the first fragrance that, I think it was the reason why I picked this up, besides how good it smelled. The top of these fragrances right here, if you can see that, the top of the fragrance has a real 24 karat gold shield right here. Come on, man. That is, I can sell the top and get some money if I'm having a little trouble, if I'm on hard times. I'm taking all the tops and going to get some money, because I'm assuming the tops is at least $250 by itself. If it got 24 karat gold, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But other than that, a gorgeous fragrance. That's why it's at number 6 in the Boadicea Victorious top 10 list. All right, we about to get down with the get down. Let's go check out the top 5. Let's go. All right, we back. I thought you guys would like a little spin, a little twist on my fragrance reviews. Now I wanted to do something a little different. Y'all wasn't expecting that, but I'm back in the house and I saved the best for last. Yes, these are my top 5 fragrances out of the 10, and I don't think any fragrance, not just in the Boadicea line, but any fragrance in the super luxury niche category can compete with these fragrances that I have here. So we're gonna start with number 5 right now. All right, number 5 is one of the newest fragrances in my collection from Boadicea the Victorious, and I'm loving this fragrance because it is a beautiful rose oud combination. And that fragrance I'm talking about is Alcif. Now, you guys know I've been talking about Alcif. I've been raving about this fragrance for a while. And the reason why is because it is a good alternative to Namur. Now, Namur is, in my opinion, more on the rose, heavy rose, and has a oud note to it. And I think that's a great fragrance. It's very beast mode, it's very loud, it's very strong. It showcases both notes very well. I think just the ouds are a little bit more prominent in that one than this one. This fragrance here, I think, is a little softer, a little bit more delicate, and I think that when it comes to wearable oud fragrances or oud rose combination, this is a must-have. Gorgeous, dry down. The wood notes are much better, much more subtle, but it is unique. It has this soft touch to the oud. The rose is a lot more sweeter, greener, and more floral, but when I tell you, it is gorgeous. So that's at number 5. Telling y'all need this in y'all collection. Let's go check out the next one. Now, this one was really hard. I wanted to bring this down a little bit more, but for the purposes of this video, I had to be truthful, not just because there's in the next 3, they're just slightly better, not tremendous in any way, shape, or form. They just have a note that I draw to more than this one. And at number 4, we have Legend. Now, for me, Legend is one of the fragrances I wear to a black tie event, somewhere where I'm dressing up, something I wear on my wife, because this fragrance has a beautiful note of iris and orris. And the orris root and the iris give you a powdery nuance. It also complemented by oud, touch of oud. To me, this smells more on the feminine side of the oud note. So women will draw to this fragrance more than one of those animalistic oud notes. But definitely one of the best fragrances that Boadicea has in their collection. And you're talking about one of the best iris fragrances out. One of the best out. Listen, when I say out, I mean available in any price range. This is it. So not only is the bottle stunning, gorgeous, a treasure, the fragrance is spectacular. Legend by Boadicea the Victorious at number 3. Let's go check out that next one. I know you guys think you know what number 1 is gonna be. And most of you probably already like, oh, I know what number 1 is gonna be. You don't. And I, like I said in the beginning, you're not gonna know. Okay, so number 3, we have a love-hate relationship with this fragrance. And the reason why I say that is because it smells great. It does. It is unbelievable. One of the best concoctions I've ever smelled. But it's hard to wear this fragrance because I can't find places to wear it. And that fragrance I'm talking about is Nebulous. Now, that is just drop dead gorgeous when it comes to presentation. Matte black bottle with this metallic, I don't even know what kind of shine they have on this, but in certain lights it turns like 4 different colors. I'm not sure if it's coming off on the film, but it is a gorgeous bottle. But that's not why I have a love-hate relationship with it. I want to wear this everywhere all the time, but as you know, most people don't like oud fragrances, right? A lot of people tend to get a little bit I don't care. But this is potent. This is very strong. And this is a very, very authentic, pure oud based fragrance. Now it has other notes, particularly saffron. But, oh my God, it's so good. And I want to wear it, but I don't want to choke the whole place out. I sprayed 3-4 sprays on this. It is a cocoon of this fragrance around me and probably anybody 10 feet in the 365 degree ratio. I'm about to not care though, because it's so good. If you can afford this, I wouldn't even say, just get the sample, you'll be fine. This is gorgeous. This is a must-have if you are an oud lover. And I urge you guys, before they discontinue this one, if you can, like I said before, if you can't afford it, get yourself a bottle. You'll thank me later. And number 3, Nebulous, the best oud base fragrance, in my opinion, available. Check them out. Go check other ones out and compare it to this one and see what you think. Let's go check out number 2. All right, number 2. Number 2 is one of the best fragrances in the world. This is one of the fragrances that put Boadicea on the map. And yes, this is the fragrance that most of you guys thought would be number 1, but it's not. It's a stunning fragrance. It's king still when it comes to beast mode, but in my collection, it's number 2. And that fragrance I'm talking about is Blue Sapphire. Now, I know y'all, some of y'all gonna kill me like, what, Rome, you bugging? That's number 1. You tripping. No, it is great. But for me, this fragrance is too strong to wear all the time. It is well balanced when it comes to note breakdown, note pyramid, right? We got the orange, we got the floral notes with the rose, we got the oud. So we got the citrus, the floral, and the wood, right? Got a little spiciness in this too. This is a one-of-a-kind fragrance. Well, it was one of a kind for over a decade until some companies, try to make, replicas or clones of it. And in my opinion, it fell miserably, but that's a whole nother story. If you want a very strong, sweet, citrus-based fragrance that complements floral notes and a authentic oud from India, this is an absolute must. This has been the best seller for Boadicea Victorious for over a decade, and there's a reason why. I have not tried Supercharged yet. I will at some point, but I don't need anything stronger than this. I don't. This is just beast mode, but it's just unbelievable. It is one of those fragrances that have my mouth watering for more, but I have to wear this majority of the time in the winter time. I tried to wear it in the summer and almost killed myself. If you do wear it in the summer, 1 spray is all you need. If you're bold like that, that's a little bit too much for me. I'm not gonna do that anymore to myself. But a gorgeous fragrance, a must-have, a unisex fragrance, and it deserves to be in number 1, but for me, not this year. All right, we finally down to number 1. Number 1 is my favorite. Now, remember what I said, my favorite number 1 fragrance. This ain't gonna be everybody's. This is mine. So let's go check out what my number 1 Boadicea Victorious fragrance is. Let's go. All right, we finally here. We finally at number 1, and I'm not gonna hold you. The number 1 fragrance from my top 10 Boadicea Victorious fragrance list is Tobacco Sapphire. Yes, look at that. Look at that gorgeous bottle. Oh my God. So, man, I've never had a fragrance turn my head and say, wow, I like this fragrance right here. Nothing has done that. And the combination of boozy meets musk meets tobacco, it's just wow. What have we done? We've created a monster. This is the ultimate night out fragrance, in my opinion. There's nothing else on the market that not just comes off your skin and just continuously gets better and gets better. If you like a musk fragrance, if you like a sweet nuance of spice, and I mean heavy spices, if you are into a beautiful, not smoky, but lightly lit tobacco, even just a tobacco leaf, this is a must. I am blown away of how unique, how gorgeous, how smooth and rich this fragrance is. This is my favorite fragrance in the entire Boadicea Victorious line. And if I could get a backup, I would. But if you haven't tried it, I'm telling you, go get this fragrance, guys. It's a must have, especially if you love Boadicea Victorious fragrances like I do. So number one, once again, this one right here, Tobacco Sapphire from Boadicea Victorious. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That was really, really hard, but it was really fun. Going outside, showing you guys a different atmosphere. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be putting more videos out this year. Unfortunately, I didn't do the collaboration because I want to do something different. Maybe next year. Y'all let me know down below if y'all want me to do a collaboration, maybe later on this year or maybe next year. But yes, this was fun and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, I gotta give my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ praise and thank you for letting me be able to pull this video off. Without you, none of this would be possible. All glory goes to you. And just to give you guys a little not information, but hit you with this. If you look in the Bible, if you look in the Old Testament, even in the New Testament, they talk about saffron, they talk about myrrh, they talk about incense, they talk about aroma all through, especially the Old Testament. So that just, it's not weird, but it's refreshing to know that even God loves aroma, loves fragrance, love being the smell of fragrance. So that's cool to me. I don't know if you guys thought that was unique. I thought it was a unique kind of story to know that you can relate or you can connect fragrance or fragrance notes all the way back to biblical times. So once again, God bless you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And until next time, like I always say, it's okay if you want to smell like Rome. I'll check you guys out in the next video. Until then, peace.